Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we are going to deal with the topic snowdrop. Snowdrop is a type of small white flower that appears at the end of winter. Edward James Hughes or Ted Hughes has written this poem. He was born in 1930 in Yorkshire. His childhood was quiet and dominantly rural. When he was 7, his family moved to a small town, and the landscape of moors means plains, valleys, and grasslands of that area informed his poetry throughout his life, further developing his love for animals and birds. His father, William James, participated in World War I. His accounts of fighting in World War I made a permanent impression on the memory of Ted Hughes. Later, he reflected this cruelty of war, death, and nature in the poems. He was married to Sylvia Plath, a famous poetess. Hughes's lengthy career included a dozen books of poetry, translation, non-fiction, and children's books. Animals appear frequently throughout his work. Central idea of the poem. In this poem, Ted Hughes portrays the atmosphere of a harsh winter by exploiting the usage of images of nature. The poet depicts the brutal and tough feeling that a severe winter brings. In the first few lines, the poet describes the inactive and dead scavenger animals. In the last lines, he checks out the qualities of the frail looking snowdrops and makes a surprising conclusion about its length. The opening line, "Now is the globe shrunk tight," suggests the compression and condensation. It suggests the compression and condensation that has set in because of winter. Hughes also suggests that many creatures have died. He then gives an example animal of an animal in hibernation, the sleeping field mouse living with a reduced heart rate. This means the severe winter has stopped the mouse's heart. The mobility of the weasel and the crow has been halted by the coldness of winter. They have come across as arrested in brass in a cold fixture. The poet shows the bleakness of winter by mentioning that other animals have been killed by the winter cold. All these dead creatures float dead in darkness as if in space. They no longer they no longer scurry or fly as they used to in their right minds. Hughes then surprises us by what he says about a beautiful tender plant. The poet addresses Snowdrop as she, suggesting that she carries out her plans as she wishes. Here is written pursues her ends. In spite of being delicate, it can withstand winter. It can withstand winter. The flower, like the, the stars, is without motion or pain. Brutal, say. The stars in clear skies associated with frost during this winter month are therefore hard. Surprisingly, the fragile flower is as hard. The poet makes a humorous remark about the weight of the snowdrop's head. The last lines contain The last line contains a contradictory statement, that is a paradox. The snowdrop has a very light blossom, a pale head, but it appears to be heavy. The snowdrop's head seems to be like tough metal, to have shot up through the frost hard frost hardened ground. The flower appears to have a heavy head because it hangs down on one side. There is a hopeful point here. The snowdrop has won its battle against the winter. It is more successful than the animals. Hughes suggests that the snowdrop has a special armor metal to protect it from the harsh winter. Thanks.